Georg, Georg, Georg. And then they got married. We're so close to done.
I could use some fresh air, but I don't have time to go outside.
Have I missed like 100 points? I've missed. It says I only have 539 out of 769 points for finding things.
This is a nice box. These seats look comfortable. There's no easy way to get there from inside the auditorium.
Oh, okay. I see where I'm at.
We have 1 hour, people.
Herr Emmerding. Herr Emmerding.
Yes, Mr. Costello?
Herr Emmerding, I must again protest about my lack of vocalization in Act 3. I have not a single note until the transformation aria.
Now, how many times do we have to go over this? You are disguised as a silent minstrel.
I know that. But an aria, sung to the audience, off to one side, would be very effective. Hildegard has one.
Yes, but the audience is not supposed to know it's you until the transformation into a wolf. It's a surprise. You know, surprise.
I realize that's the way it's written. I simply disagree with its effectiveness.
Your opinion is noted. It's time to get ready, Georg.
Is this his brother?
You go. I want to go over this one more time.
There's no easy way to get there from inside the auditorium.
Where am I? Up here? It's hard to see. Oh, there I am. It's a good thing they made all these able to go into, like accessible. Why? Is it going to be irrelevant later?
Looks like I found a spotlight, and one that's not often used by the look of it. I could shine the spotlight just about anywhere if I wanted to.
Okay, good to know. I guess that's...
I should try to aim the spotlight, but I haven't decided where to seat von Glauer yet.
Okay, we're trying to figure out where to put von Glauer. I mean, we'll put them in the main box, right? Because that's the easiest place to shine the light. Look, it's just like right there. It's like... right there. Right there. Right in the middle of the screen. Okay, can I go talk to Georg?
The restrooms are back there.
Okay, let's go talk to Georg. Oh my god. Just making sure I'm not missing anything.
That rope might come in handy.
Like, drop a sandbag on Von Glauer's head? Oh. Fuse box? Good to know. Take this key. Am I gonna need to kill the lights at some point?
Not much in here.
Okay. I'll put that in my mind palace.
Lots of drains around here. At least they don't have to worry about flooding.
God, why does this exist? I have the key. Does this go in here? Oh no, didn't need it.
If I can't get Gabriel back to Rittersburg before tonight, this room might do the trick.
Okay,
But I need to be able to lock it.
I have the key.
A lot of theater junk.
Like, I have the keys. Where's this go?
Looks
Oh,
like an old set piece. A lot of theater junk.
put this in my pocket? Just like put it down the front of her pants.
Looks like an old set piece.
I think that's everything in here. I could be wrong. I often am.
Cool air's coming in through that vent. It must lead outside.
Okay. Paint is not important.
I'm not sure why I'd want to do that. I'm not sure why I'd want to do that.
We're gonna put Von Glauer in there. Okay. Let's talk to Georg. I think I've scouted things out good enough.
How you holding up, Georg?
Oh man, I'm going crazy. I wish I had never blackmailed Klaus into letting me conduct.
Don't be ridiculous. The opera was your discovery, Georg, remember? You'll be famous after tonight.
Assuming I don't make a complete ass of myself.
You blackmailed him? Must have been a joke. Okay. Apparently I haven't looked at things enough. Otherwise the opera would just start, right? Okay, that's...
How do you feel?
Like someone's put broken glass in my brain.
I thought we'd have you back in Rittersburg by now. The Smiths are waiting for you there.
It's okay. Just stick me in a room somewhere. Are we ready for the test?
I'll check.
Could you see about some heat, Gracie? I'm really freezing in here. Are you cold?
Sure. It's cold. I'll see what I can do.
Good. You do that.
Like me when I get the flu. Just miserable. The saddest sack of flesh you'd ever seen when I get sick. Just standing in the shower, just crying.
I'm not ready to get dressed yet. Here's that list I made.
I would like to look at that. Can I take these opera glasses? I don't know what I'll need them for, but we'll find out. Okay, I think that's everything. Let me look at this note. Test chandeliers. Gabriel to be safe in Rittersburg, night of opera. Warn H.I. about possible distraction.
I made this list of things to do.
Wait until last minute. Figure out where to seat Van Glauer and Laberman, the policeman. Inform Usher of seating plans. Set up secondary spotlight on Van Glauer. Run it myself. Find a way to trap Van Glauer in seat. Set up meeting with the commissar at theater. Make sure he's armed. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I wanted to look at the corkboard.
A seating chart. This might be useful. Old playbills and schedules.
All right, that's the only thing in there I need. Just making sure I can't explore more of the room. Is there an usher somewhere? I know where to seat Van Glauer. I'm not sure about the commissar. Probably just on one of the side boxes. Let me look at this again. Would like to look at this. Test chandeliers.
Herr Silbermeyer, I know you're working as fast as you can, but we're opening in less than an hour. I really need to run through some music once you're done.
Why music? They will not fall down.
I'm sure they won't, but, look, you told me they'd be done by noon.
You are lucky that we could even make them in so little time. And then we drive them here special this morning.
I know that. I know. You've been great. It's just... Is everything at least going according to the diagram?
Yeah, we make it work.
What do you mean we make it work?
This diagram is not so good. We make changes, yeah?
Oh my god. Look, there weren't supposed to be changes. I told you to follow the diagram exactly.
Maybe in 1945 we followed diagram exactly. But today, we make changes.
What are you saying?
These measurements are not the same as today. Now, we make the chandeliers the same distance from each other, just as marked, but the distance from chandeliers to the walls, no, not the same.
Why aren't the measurements the same? This is the Wittelsbacher Theater, isn't it?
Yeah, but not the same Wittelsbacher Theater. The bombs hit the first one. This one is very close, but smaller.
But everything looks so old.
Oh, they take the art and the wood and save it. Remake theater later, after the war.
Of course. Of course. How could I be so stupid? I'm a history major.
It's okay. Chandeliers work good. Same distance from each other, but just not to walls.
Yes. I'm sure you've done your best. Thank you.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I'm nervous enough. Thank God it's not me on that stage tonight. Der Fluch des Engelhart by Richard Wagner, conducted by Herr Klaus Immerding and Herr Georg Immerding. I can't believe we've pulled it off. I could use some...
Okay, I'm looking it up. No. Okay, fine, whatever. Where's my seating chart?
The Mittelloge. That looks like the best box in the house. It's a seating chart for the theater. It's a seating chart for the theater.
I didn't pick up the program because I forgot to hover my mouse over everything. Even though it didn't look like anything that really mattered, I forgot to do a good job.
The Curse of Engelhart by Richard Wagner. Act 1. Many years ago in a small German village there lived a young man named Engelhart. Engelhart was a lowly blacksmith's apprentice. He was fair-faced, but by nature gentle and shy. Being orphaned, and having lived with a blacksmith in virtual slavery since his parents died, Engelhart had nothing in the world to claim as his own. Nothing, that is, but an amazing talent. For 10 years, the beautiful and much-desired wares that had passed for the blacksmith's own had actually been produced by Engelhart. The blacksmith, a greedy and vain man, was determined to keep this a secret. He forbade Engelhart to ever work the metal in front of another soul, on pain of death. But the blacksmith's ingratitude went further still. He was so plagued with envy of Engelhart's talents that he treated Engelhart like a lazy and worthless dog. The other villagers, assuming that the blacksmith's behavior toward Engelhart must be deserved, followed suit. Now in the same town there lived a rich baron. The baron maintained a patronly and righteous face with the villagers, but it was rumored that he was actually unspeakably cruel and wicked. There was also a young maiden, Hildegunda, who was lovely and good-hearted. Hildegunda was the only one who took pity on Engelhart and was kind to him. Engelhart loved Hildegunda madly, but was too shy and too penniless to even speak of it. In the first act, we learn that Hildegunda's parents, blinded by the prospective fortune, have betrothed her to the Baron. When Hildegunda learns of this, she is terrified and protests that the Baron is reputed to be evil, but her parents brush this off as jealous rumors and demand her obedience. Poor Hildegunda is too good to defy her parents' wishes, and so she reluctantly agrees. The Baron, with great public ceremony, sends Hildegunda a betrothal gift of a silver jewelry box. Hildegunda, overcome by her fear and anger at the betrothal, casts the jewelry box into the fire. She is immediately remorseful and pulls it out, but it is too late. The delicate silver has been badly marred. Hildegunda fears for her life when she sees the damage. She is afraid the blacksmith would report the damage to the Baron, so she approaches Engelhart and begs him to help her. Engelhart thinks of his master's warning, but determines to disregard it for Hildegunda's sake. He melts down the silver and constructs another box even more beautiful than the first. When Hildegunda sees his great artistic skill, she falls in love with him. The two come together in an aria of love, but their bliss is momentary. What about the betrothal? The young couple, knowing the Baron will never relinquish his claim, decide to run away. Act 2. The Baron learns of Hildegunda and Engelhart's disappearance. He is so furious that he hires hunters to track the pair down. Hildegunda and Engelhart are found and arrested. In a public trial, Hildegunda pleads their case in a stirring aria. She tells the townspeople of Engelhart's great skill and his mistreatment by the blacksmith. She tells them Engelhart is good and kind. The blacksmith should be turned out for his evils and Engelhart given the shop. Then she and Engelhart could marry and live in peace with their neighbors. Her parents chose a groom for her, but she begs to be allowed her own choice. It is then the Baron's turn to speak. He declares that he has been terribly injured, a victim of a wayward girl. His marriage claim was first. There can be no other. He implies that if the villagers do not help him make it right, he will remove his aid from the village coffers. Then the Baron turns to Engelhart. By the rights of the injured, the Baron announces he is empowered to set a curse. The Baron curses Engelhart with a terrible and ancient malady, that whenever the moon shines in the night, Engelhart will become a marauding wolf. The village is terrified of wolves and has been plagued for many years by a local renegade wolf which has taken the lives of many children. The Baron further declares that because he is merciful, he will still marry Hildegunda, but not until she renounces Engelhart with her own words. Until she does, he will keep her safe from further shame by locking her up in a small room at the top of his house. The villagers naturally side with the Baron. Hildegunda goes to her prison, and Engelhart does indeed become a wolf at night. At first, Engelhart is hated and feared by the villagers. They make the sign of the evil eye at him and will not tolerate his presence in town. But soon, rumors start to circulate about Engelhart the wolf. It seems he is always careful not to harm any human being nor any domestic stock. In fact, he even does some good for the villagers. He scares away bandits and he keeps the renegade wolf at bay. No more children are lost to the fangs of the night. Engelhart's kindness shines through even the dire nature of his curse. Hildegunda, meanwhile, still loves Engelhart as much as ever, whatever curse he might be under, and whatever acts that curse might force him to commit. When she hears of Engelhart's successful mastery of the curse, she dedicates herself to him forever. Hildegunda tells the Baron that she will never renounce Engelhart. The Baron's plan having collapsed before him, having given Engelhart dignity rather than removed it, He flies into a rage. He tells Hildegunda that he will marry her anyway, and on the morrow at that. She will become his wife, or her parents' lives will be forfeit. Act 3. The final act begins with the wedding feast for Hildegunda and the Baron. Hildegunda has cooperated due to her fear for her parents' lives, but now that the service is over, she is horrified to find herself that Baron's wife, and is mourning her final separation from Engelhart. After her poignant opening aria, the Baron approaches her and tries to draw her back to the party. He calls for the entertainment, hoping to cheer her up. In strides a traveling show of minstrels. They wear comic costumes and full face paint and immediately proceed to play and juggle for the crowd. One of them, a mime with a tragic frown painted on his face, seems to want to hover near and amuse the bride. She keeps brushing him off, clearly depressed and tearful, and he does his best to make her laugh. After the amusing antics of the minstrel's first song, the tone changes and the minstrel's music grows dark and theatrical. The Baron protests, preferring the comedy, but he's reassured by Hildegunda's father. The minstrels gather in a circle around the frowning minstrel. They whirl around him, and he slowly sinks from sight. The music grows more frantic. Suddenly, the minstrels burst apart like petals, and standing in the center of the room is a wolf. The villagers scream, but Hildegunda cries out that it is Engelhart. The wolf does not attack the crowd. It only lifts its head and begins to howl. The Baron screams at the wolf to stop, and he screams at the villagers to kill the wolf, but they only stare in horror. The Baron pulls his hair and gnashes his teeth. He rises and makes it to the center of the banquet hall, where he falls down in a heap of wedding silk. What emerges from the silk is another wolf. Engelhart has revealed the Baron's terrible secret for all to see. He was the renegade wolf that had terrorized the village. The Baron wolf escapes from the hall through the main archway. Engelhart leaps after him.
So, Ludwig is Engelhart, and the Baron is Louis.
The villagers rally in a cry of horror and fury. One of the men grabs an axe from the wall and entreats the others to follow. They will stalk and kill the murderous wolf. The villagers storm through the archway. Hildegunda follows. The final scene takes place in the woods outside the village. The villagers hunt the two wolves. They follow the wolf tracks, singing of the apparent ferocity of the battle between the two wolves. Hildegunda answers the men's excitement with her own fear for Engelhart's life. The crowd emerges into a clearing. There, the two wolves are engaged in a final deadly embrace. As they watch, Engelhart triumphs and the Baron wolf sinks to the ground and dies. Unfortunately, Engelhart is mortally wounded. His curse has been broken by the Baron's death, but it is too late. Hildegunda sings her love to him, while the villagers pronounce him a great hero. Engelhart dies, and all mourn in a sorrowful final aria.
All right, I made and ate a chicken sandwich during all of that. Now what?
I'm nervous enough. Thank God it's not me on that stage tonight.
I need everyone to start showing up.
Wagner's layout of the theater. The old Wittelsbacher theater.
So the chandeliers are all hanging up, and X marks the spot, which is that middle box, which is where we're going to put von Glauer, right?
The Mittelloge. That looks like the best box in the house.
Okay. So now I can turn the spotlight on?
I should try to aim the spotlight, but I haven't decided where to seat von Glauer yet.
I have, though, in the middle box.
I believe that's the Mittelloge box over there.
Okay.
I should try to aim the spotlight.
Yes, you should try to aim the spotlight.
I believe that's...
Do I have to go back to the middle box again now that I've learned all this? Oh, I did. Okay.
This box is called the Mittelloge.
This game is made up of very strict if-then statements. Like, things can only proceed in a certain order. If you go into one place and even put it together as a player, it doesn't count. Maybe it's the engine, right? Maybe it's the engine at the time couldn't handle, did Grace go in middle box? Yes. All right, now she can do all these other things. I gotta go in there and then open up the thing and look at it and say something out loud that I already know.
I believe I could shine the spotlight just about anywhere. I should try to aim the spotlight, but I haven't decided where to seat von Glauer yet. I suppose that large X had something to do with the seating arrangements. It's in a nice line from the chandeliers. I should try to aim the spotlight, but I haven't decided where to seat von Glauer yet.
I'm so mad right now!
There's no easy way to get there from inside the auditorium. Grace, knock. These seats look comfortable. The large X on Wagner's diagram is in an area called the Mittelloge on the seating chart.
Yes!
I'd better check it out.
Fuck you!
This is definitely the Mittelloge. According to Wagner, von Glauer gets seated here. Lieber too. Now I just need to find a way to block the doors.
Fuck you, you stupid piece of Sorry. I'm probably cutting a lot of this out, but I've spent like way too long walking around trying to figure out what I need to click on when it's so obvious to the player. But I have to click on the X, and then I gotta click on the other X, and then I gotta click on the X again, and then I gotta come up here, and I gotta come up here again.
There's the hot seat. Perfect.
Paul,
Ja,
you're going to see two special invitations tonight.
One is addressed to a man named Baron von Glauer, the other is Kommissar Lieber. Both will be seated in the Mittelloge. I have it marked here.
No problem.
Oh, and when Kommissar Lieber arrives, please find me. I need to speak with him before he's seated.
Yes, Frau Nakimura.
She couldn't grab that the first time I looked at it. I had to come back again after I figured out the middle loggia.
Oops.
I clicked on that before. Why didn't she just take it then? Oh!
I don't need to lock the door until Gabriel's in there.
Okay, now we can turn the heat up for Gabriel, I guess. Why? Why are you being so pedantic? Just in the FMV, just open it up. And there's so many other FMVs. I see the whole scene. Why are you wasting my time? This is so annoying. I can't wait to be done with this game and never play it again in my entire life. She threw in one shovel full of coal and she's so pleased with herself. See? Why can't you do... She's shutting it on her own now. Why couldn't she have opened it on her own before?
I don't think this is working for... I don't think this is working for some reason. There we go.
Stupid. Just let me click on it and click it all the way over. Why do you gotta make me drag and drop it to a point that has a failure and it goes back? Just let me... Great. Okay. Great. Okay. Now we can... Talk to Gabriel.
I should let him rest.
What?
I should let him rest. Grace Nakamura. The furnace is already lit. I don't need to lock the door until Gabriel's in there. Georg, I need you to promise me something.
What?
There may be some distractions tonight in the audience in Act 3. I need you to keep playing no matter what.
What distractions? What are you saying?
Don't get upset. It's just, well, it is opening night. The audience might be a bit rowdy, you know?
Are you serious?
But we have extra security lined up, so if anything were to happen, it would be taken care of. So just, keep playing.
Grace, I do not even want to know what you are talking about. This is a brand new Wagner opera. I am not going to stop the performance, even if Wagner himself comes floating out on stage.
Great. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Thanks, Georg. He's so confused. Just stressing him out even more. Poor Georg.
Excuse me, Frau Nakimura.
Yes.
It's time to open the doors.
So soon? We're not ready.
The performance starts in 15 minutes. The people have been waiting outside for over an hour.
All right, just give me 5 minutes, okay?
Okay. The doors will open in 5 minutes.
Thanks, Paul. You're a stand-up guy.
Gabriel, we have to move you now.
Sorry. Is it time for the test?
No, we don't have time. I found a safe place for you downstairs. You'll be all right there.
But the test?
It's too late to change anything now, even if we could test it. Come on.
Does it work?
Plug your ears and you probably won't feel a thing.
Yeah, I still wish we tested it. We're not gonna get another shot, Gracie.
Just rest. I'll see you later.
Now do I put the private sign on the door? Don't mind the werewolf in here.
Gabriel,
What?
I have to tell you something. I screwed up.
What are you talking about, Gracie?
The chandelier foreman had to change the measurements. It's the theater. It's not the same Wittelsbacher theater. It's been rebuilt, and this one is smaller. I'm not sure the crystals will work.
I can't believe you did this. God damn you, Gracie! You did it on purpose, didn't you?
Gabriel!
Open the door!
Nope.
Open the goddamn door!
Nope.
No.
You open the door this minute. If you can't manage a simple goddamn fucking diagram, I'll take care of things myself! Myself, do you hear me? Open it!
I'm sorry. I'll do the best I can.
Gracie!
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live in my